Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Removing cobwebs from one's walls and house before Shabbos. So we are all familiar with the mitzvah of cleaning the home for Shabbos, but often those camouflage and indistinguishable cobwebs get missed, and we don't even notice them when we're cleaning for Shabbos. And the question is there a need to do so? Can one allow cobwebs to remain in his home over Shabbos, or is one to get rid of them? So we find a ruling in the Magen Avram in chapter 262 in the beginning, recorded likewise in the Alter Rebbe Shulchanaruch 262-2, and in the later Achrein in the Mishnah Berurah, the Kaf HaChaim, and other poskim, that it is proper for one to clear his house of cobwebs, called in Hebrew korei akavish, before Shabbos, in order so one's house is tidy and clean in honor of Shabbos. Part of the mitzvah of cleaning one's house, the covet Shabbos, is to get rid of these cobwebs. The source of their ruling is not Talmudic, but rather is found in the works of one of the great Kabbalists, the author of the Reishis Chachma in a Sefer Teitzeis Chaim, and was likewise recorded and discussed in greater length in the Sefer Shnei Luchas Habris of the Shloach Kodesh, in Emek HaBracha Meseches Shabbos, page 130b. And there they give us a different, much deeper perspective as to the importance and necessity of ridding the home of the cobwebs before Shabbos. The Baal Reishis Chachma writes, when he writes this ruling or this directive, that doing so contains a great Kabbalistic secret, but he doesn't tell us the secret. Who does? The Shloach Kodesh. The Shloach Kodesh explains that a person's home is similar to the Sefira of Malchus. And the Sefira of Malchus is surrounded by thorns, which are Rishoyim and evil Klippas trying to nurture from its holiness. Likewise, in a physical home down here, in a family unit, there are Klippas, evil forces being manifested in the home through the spider webs, and they search to cause discord within the family and destroy the Shalom Bayis. This is the representation of the spider webs in the home, says the Shloach. And therefore the Shloach writes that one is to remove the spider webs from his home, and doing so is considered like removing the idolatry from the land, removing the klippas from the earth. And this especially applies prior to Shabbos. The Shabbos is called Malchus, and thus should be cleared of all the evil forces. This is the Kabbalistic reason behind this custom. And based on this, the Kaf HaChaim writes, Rav Yaakov Sefer, in chapter 250, halacha 10, that it is proper and preferable for one to clean his walls and ceilings from these cobwebs before Shabbos, before the 5th hour of the day of Erev Shabbos. As the Arizal states in Shar HaKavanis, that beginning from the 5th hour of the day of Erev Shabbos, the ray of Shabbos begins to shine, and thus the klippas should be already removed beforehand. So to summarize, it is recorded in the poskim that one should endeavor to clear his house of spider webs, of cobwebs, before Shabbos begins, in order to honor Shabbos and clean his home, and doing so also has great mystical Kabbalistic meaning of ridding one's home of the klippas, the evil forces that try to engage the home in fights and lack of shalom bayis, and therefore it should be done preferably before the 5th hour of the day and Erev Shabbos. Regarding if one may kill the spider that's in the web, not all webs have spiders, but if it does. So although we find that the Arizal was very careful not to kill any living creature, as written in Shara Mitzvahs, Parshas Noach, and Shara Gilgulim, and so was likewise the custom of the Rebbe Rashab as recorded in Rishimis, nonetheless there were some Gedolei Yisrael, which is the Munkatcher, who were particular to make an exception to the rule regarding spiders, and they would actively kill spiders as they represent Klippa. Nonetheless, one who wants to abide by the literal teaching of the Arizal and custom of Rashab can just take the living spider and throw him somewhere else and get him out of the house, as he too represents the Klippa that makes the cobwebs, which is Klippa. Regarding if one may remove, clean, break spider webs on Shabbos is another question altogether, and touches upon a few prohibitions or questions of prohibition, such as muktzah and breaking, destroying an item, and tearing. As a Mir Hashem, we will discuss in a further halacha, a part 2 on this subject.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many Sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.